Have you ever wanted to multiply the amount of ores you got by 5 whenever you mine? Well, with the Mekanism mod you can with some ores. Hey guys, and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today we're actually playing the Mekanism mod, and we're doing an ore processing tutorial, specifically 5 times the amount of ores. So to get started, we're going to need all of these machines. They're all from Mekanism. Again, it's kind of expensive, but I would say it is worth it in the long run. And then to start out, we're going to place the machines in this way. I would recommend placing them in this fashion because it just feels more efficient. Now that we've got that, we're going to need to create a thermal evaporation plant. And the reason we need to do this is to create brine, which can then dissolve, disassociate into chlorine and sodium and chlorine, and we need the chlorine to make hydrogen chloride. And so we're just going to create a 4x4 structure and then leave the 2x2 part inside hollow, and we're going to make about 13 to 18 blocks high. If you make it higher, you will have a higher output, so do keep that in mind. We're also going to need this advanced solar generator to keep this thermal evaporation plant powered, so there's also that. The ores that this works with, I do believe, is osmium and iron specifically. I'm not sure the other ores, but I do believe yellowite works too, copper, all the other modded ores, so that is always nice. And so we're going to build, and it should be good enough. Okay, so now we're going to get our advanced solar generator, and we're going to place, just to make sure it's easier to see, time set day, and we're going to place it like so, and then cherry on top to finish it, the controller. And to make sure you've done it right, you did see those red particles, so when you are building that, make sure that you do see those to verify you've built this correctly. Now we need to put the valves, and the valves are to extract and insert. So you can have one, but I believe 2 is easier. It's easier to understand. So we're gonna have one for input, one for output. You could just have one block input here, output here, but I think it's easier to just have it here. So for the input, we need the thermal evaporation inputs water. So we're gonna get an electric pump, and then we're gonna get a creative energy cell. Obviously this isn't creative, so that's the energy source I'm going to use for the video, for the sake of the video, but in survival you would have to find other ways of creating energy and supplying it to the plant. And then we're also going to need mechanical pipes to transport the fluid. So we're going to place our pipe here, energy source there. Of course, you can power it differently in survival, and then this is pumping water, so now we're going to insert it there. If we go up now and look, you can see the height's 18. We're producing 8 millibuckets per tick, and that's pretty good, and that's our temperature in Kelvin. And the higher it is, the higher output. And here's our brine being produced. Now to extract this brine, we need the configurator, so we're going to get that. And then we're going to attach it to here, and then we're going to right click this pipe until it says pull. Now it's going to be pulling the brine out, And now we can put our electrolytic separator here, make sure it's powered, of course, and now it's going to be producing sodium chlorine. I'm just going to put dumping excess on both to make sure that the machines still run when we need them. Okay, so sodium we don't need. Chlorine, we're going to put it with the chemical infuser. So we're going to get a pressurized tube and we're going to put it here. Now it's going to be extracting chlorine, and then we're going to get a chemical infuser and we're going to put it right beside here. And now you can see it's getting chlorine, and now if we put hydrogen here, it'll produce hydrogen chloride. So now to produce the hydrogen chloride, we need water again, because it consists of H2O. And so we're going to put another electrolytic separator here, and we're going to pump water right like so. And then, okay, oh, whoops, I forgot we have to break this to make sure that the chemicals are the same. So now we got our water coming in, and now there's our hydrogen and oxygen. We're actually going to be using both. So we just want the hydrogen to come in now on the left, so we're going to connect it like so with our ultimate pressurized tube. We're going to connect it. So now if we did this correctly, there should be hydrogen chloride forming, and that is good. And this is where we also get our second chemical injection chamber. So we're going to get that injection chamber here, connect it here to the I added that for the speed up the video because it is a bit slow. Now here's our chemical injection chamber. With this, if you put water or sulfur, it will produce sulfur dioxide. So we're going to put it there, our hydrogen chloride, and then, oh, we have to put gunpowder, sorry, my bad. And if we put the gunpowder, it will produce sulfur, which is what we need. And now, with the sulfur, we need to make it'll chemical or sulfur dioxide. So to make sulfur dioxide, we put the chemical oxidizer beside it, make sure it's powered, of course, and then output on the right, I believe. Okay, since it's slow, we're just going to add the gas tank to speed things up, and now we can see we're producing sulfur dioxide. Now we want to combine sulfur dioxide with oxygen to produce sulfur trioxide. So this is where the oxygen comes in. We're going to put another chemical infuser here. Whoops, gotta put a fresh one. So we're going to get another chemical infuser. The sulfur dioxide's on the left. And then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to connect the oxygen. And now we're producing sulfur trioxide. That is a good sign. And now we need to produce sulfuric acid. So to do that, we will get a rotary condenser for water vapor, rotary condensator. Ah, what a big word. So we can get our electric pump now, and I do believe the positioning of this machine matters, so just to keep that in mind. And then mechanical tube. Okay, so the water goes in from this side, and then we have to just power it. Energy Q. So we'll just power it over here. Oh, and of course water. So we'll put the water down there. And then if we did this, oh, make sure you also click toggle operation to make the reverse happen. If we're doing this right, we have power, there should be water vapor being produced, and we need to put this water vapor with our chemical infuser. I'm just gonna put it here. So with that in mind, oh whoops, chemical infuser. Okay, so we got our sulfur trioxide there. Make sure it's powered up, of course. And then we're gonna extract the water vapor on the right. And now if we did this correctly, we have our sulfuric acid, and that is good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to wire the sulfuric acid to our chemical dissolution chamber. I'm building up high so we don't interfere with our other wiring. So now we're going to combine it right here. Okay, sulfuric acid. Okay. Okay, and we do of course need to make sure these are all powered. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. So we're going to put our water, or our energy cubes, rather. So now all this is powered, and as you can see, we're getting sulfuric acid, which is good. And we just need to do a few more things. We need to give this electric pump, or this chemical washer, water, because it needs water to wash. There's already water there because it's preloaded, but it's going to need more, so I'll add that in right now. So we got our water here, and then we need our power, of course. I keep saying that. And then we get our mechanical pipe. Of course, and also, yeah, wiring matters. And then we also need to connect our pressurized tube here. And if all is well, we must have done it correctly. So we're just to speed things up, we're gonna add a speed upgrade. Speed, and then time set day. Alright, so okay, it has speed there. Okay, I've already added we're also going to need to put our oxygen into the purification chamber. So yeah, we're gonna need more than one source of oxygen. Well, I'm using both the source from the water, the same one, but do pay attention to the water source that you use, as it does matter. And then so here we've got some oxygen going in, and then we also need to add in our hydrogen chloride. So our hydrogen chloride is coming from where? Over here. So we have to add coming in here, and then of course I added tanks just for simplicity, but our chemical injection chamber needs the hydrogen chloride. Okay, so if all went well, we can now test this and see if it works. So we're gonna get here and put an osmium ore, and hopefully, if we did it right, there will be 5 osmium ores here. Whoops, left that from the previous one. Put that away. And we can check right now whether the osmium is coming. It looks like it's gotten stuck here. Okay, yeah, so again, we're running out of oxygen, so I will just put a tank to speed things up. It would be good to have 2 oxygen tanks. I mean, as you can see, it is creating or generating oxygen is just slow. So actually, if we put in a gas upgrade, could go faster. But yeah, let's put in a gas upgrade, and that way we'll use the gas more efficiently. And so use 8 upgrades. Since it seems too a bit slow, we'll just add in the tank. See, as you can see with the tank, it's a lot oxygen tank, it's faster. So again, I would recommend having 2 separate sources for oxygen, one for the purification chamber, and one for the oxygen here for the sulfur dioxide. But here we go, 5 osmium ingots, and just to make sure I'm not doing anything, I'll put an iron here instead, and we'll put it with try now. And we should output 5 iron ingots here, so hopefully that is the case. And there we go, 5 iron ingots have now come out. So that was it for today's video, guys. I know it was quite tedious, but it is worth it in the end. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate your feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.